Hello, Anthony. If you're seeing this message, then God have been so good to you. I've decided to write this message and I have approached 30 years, and then you're going to reply when you are 50. Now, I'm that right now. I just moving in one of the affordable housing program, and this is in Mukuru. Currently, the exact location is in Road C. Road C. It was formerly called meteorological site, something like that, but now it's the new Mukuru estate. I'm living here. I'll show you around. It's a new house. I have it's a decent life, even if not much. I have a nice bed. I have a nice chair. I have a nice coffee table. I have a TV, 32-inch. I have a TV stand. I have a fridge. It's such a decent life. It's a bed sitter. So currently, this is me now. This is what I have, and also I have acquired a motorbike. Registration number KMGS 752Q, and it's Spyro. Its name is Spyro. It's an electric bike. They have just arrived. It's a new thing, and people are buying these bikes. I don't know how they are right now at your end, but people are buying these bikes. People are moving in. People are taking them because they are very affordable. You are paying 180 shillings per day compared to the diesel and the petrol bikes, which you pay even more than 300 shillings. Also, the charging station are quite everywhere, so you won't find struggle in charging the batteries. Yeah, and that's what I own for now. I also have a Wi-Fi, an internet service providing company. I provide Wi-Fi in Gashie, and I earn a very good amount of money. For the first time, I got 100,000 Kenya shillings. It's quite a good money in this time. I don't know how much it is at that time you are right now, but at this time it's a very good amount of money. It's a very good business. It's popping up. There are some guys who are joining, and it's a very nice business. I'm planning to expand, and my target is 20,000 per day. You'll tell me if I achieved the dream. You'll tell me about that. You'll tell me what happened to my bicycle. You tell me what happened to this house. You tell me what happened to that business, the internet service providing company. And here the Mukuru Affordable Housing Project, we are waiting to be given stalls to start a business. You'll tell me if I got one and how is it. I have a kinyozi, a barber shop called Gen Z Kinyozi. I have a cyber called Gen Z Cyber, and Kinyozi, I have just found someone to lease, and I've leased it to them. If they will be able to run it, it's okay. If they won't be able, I will take it back. And another thing is that pretty much that's what I am. And what else? I have a smartphone, the Samsung A14. At this era we have right now, smartphone are everything. We have TikTok. I don't know if TikTok is still there. We have TikTok, we have YouTube, and we have Instagram and Facebook. Those are the biggest, and WhatsApp. Those are the biggest social media apps we have right now. I don't know what else do you have there. We have been introduced to AI. AI is taking over. People are now doing videos using AI. Though it's not very common, but it's a storm. It's really coming. I don't know how it is there. Also, yeah, so pretty much about me, that's what I have. When it's come to the love life, I'm not settled. I don't have anyone I can say is I'm not in any serious relationship right now. I heard a girl, her name is Sophia. She said she has my son. I don't know if it's true. I have been doubting, and we have been planning to do a DNA. How did it happen? Did the boy turn out to be your son? Also, I met this lady called Rosie. She said she is pregnant with me. I don't know if it's true, if she lied, because I caught her in a very compromising situation with another guy. And though we were not dating in any way, but nothing serious. So when she told me she's pregnant, I didn't doubt it, but I had so much question because the time that I caught her with this guy is the same time that she said she is pregnant for me. Maybe she found out the guy is married and she can't how do I say, maybe she found the guy is married and maybe she can't go there, so I'm single. She decided to pin it on me. I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything about that. Also, there is another lady called Tabitha. She's from Machakos. She said that we met her once in 2020. We are in 2025 right now. So I met her in 2020, in 2024, around October there. And now she gave birth to a boy. She says she's my son. I don't know, because she just met once, and also I caught her in a very compromising situation. I'm really struggling with the relationship right now, and I have realized the relationship, they don't work for me. So that's why I decided to look for money, and the moment I decided to look for money, the money worked for me, and now I am earning a very good amount of money. At the amount of money I'm earning right now, there is no government job that can earn you that kind of money. And if there is, you need to have a very high rank to get that kind of money, but I am earning that money right now. My net worth right now is 500,000. That is my net worth, 500,000. And I have met this lady. She's a police officer. Her name is Rioba. We got into a relationship, and then she got pregnant, and then she aborted the pregnancy. And after some time we have reconciled, but I can't forgive her. I feel she did it on purpose, so I am really finding it very hard to forgive her. I went and we talked, but the connection that I had with her is no longer there. So she's trying to call me and talk to me, but I no longer have the connection, because that, I don't know. Yes, so that's my love life. It's like that. And pretty much there's no much activity in my love life for now. I am focused in looking for money. Yes, that's what I'm focused for. Another thing is family. My mom is in Ushago, Kangema right now. My sister, her name is Mercy. She's right now working with a government initiative to support youth called Climate Works. You tell me what happened to Climate Works? I don't know. Also, another thing is I have a brother called Joseph Iganjo and a sister called Ruth, and another small brother, last born, called Liam. Yeah, I say last born, but I don't know if parents these days are very funny. Parents in this era, you find you are 30 and you have a 2-year-old brother. You see, they are very, I don't know. But for now, that's the family. My father, Meshak Njuguna, he's still here in Nairobi. He's working. He has a tailoring shop. My mom is in Ushago, she stays there. That's my family. Mercy have just concluded her Form 4. She's waiting for her ID, and she just met another young man, a Luo. It have sparked a lot of problems in our family because of the tribal thing, and tribal thing is it's still an issue here with our parents. But for us, then this new generation, we really don't have a problem with tribes. Yes, but our parents still have issues. When you say you come from this region, you come from Luo, you come from Kalenjin, you come from Western, our parents are, but for the young ones, we don't have any problem, and we are interacting very well. So she has met a young man called I don't know the name, but he's Luo, and they have been dating. It has sparked a lot of problems. My dad is really angry. My dad is so much angry that he can't stand her. I tried to be angry too, but I realized no, you can't say you want to get married to someone who you don't love. I believe in love. So that's for my sister. For Joseph, my brother, is still in school. For Ruth, is still in school. For my youngest brother, Liam, is young. Have not started going to school yet. So that's it. So that's my family. I have an uncle, Uncle Kakumo. I had an uncle called Uncle Gashaja, who died last month, but one. We are in August. So he died in June. He died in June, and he was a Kenya Air Force officer. He left behind three children, Mercy, Gigi, and Maxwell. So we have my uncle called Kakumo, a very hardworking uncle, very, very hardworking. I have met so many people, but he's the most hardworking man I have ever met. He's married. He has two kids, Caro, the firstborn, and they have another secondborn, a boy called Geshini. The rest are my aunties, Nyambura, Wairimu, Ono Wanjiko, and Auntie Modoni, and Uncle Kimani. We are not close to them. We are only a bit close to, I am only a bit close to Uncle Gakumo, who is the firstborn who is the head of the family, and Auntie Lillian, the mother to Mercy and Gigi, the wife to the late Air Force officer. This woman is the woman that I love so much. She took me in. We were living in Nakuru in Lanet Barracks, and she stayed with me. She fed me. She went to all the meetings. She was such an amazing woman to me. I was growing up. I was still a teenager, so you know how teenagers behave. They tend to be quite aggressive and naive. But she tolerated me for a whole year. She never complained about me. It was a very good life, and I really appreciate her. I have not talked to her about how I feel about her, because I feel she's the most hardworking woman and very kind-hearted. You know, I have never got a chance to go and tell her how thankful I am for what she did to me. She's a very good woman, a very nice woman, very hardworking, and I really wish that God will bless her. Now she is left alone. She's a widow right now, but I believe that God will give her strength so that her kids will go to school. Her daughter will finish campus. The Mercy is in campus. The rest are in primary. So I believe that she's going to get all through. And also I have applied for them one of these affordable housing. For Mercy, I have applied her a 1 bedroom. For the mom is 2 bedroom, and I believe it's going to help them, because well, in Ushago, Juja, it's a very small farm, so there will be congestion. Kumo will be there, Kimani is there, Waweru is there. So it's and I believe if this room, if they get allocated these houses, it's going to help them, so they can even look for a job here in Nairobi and something like that. That's number one. So you will tell me if they got the house. Also, I applied a 2-bedroom house for my uncle Gakumo. You will also tell me if they got the house or what happened to them. That's one. So that's about my family and everything. And you'll tell me what I have achieved then or what I have not achieved. Another thing that I have is the another angle is about the political life here in Kenya. Right now, the president here in Kenya is William Ruto. He have faced so many challenge. He came in with a hustler narrative where he's going to help the poor from bottom to the up, but along the way it have turned out to be different. There have been a massive demonstration by the Gen Zs. In June 26, the Gen Z entered parliament because they were against the finance bill that the president himself had bribed the member of parliament to pass, and he had forced them so that he can pass. It have come out to be that he gave them money. Yes, there have been sub messages that have leaked that he gave them money, and that's number one. So there's a new revolution of the Gen Zs. Gen Zs are now the youth here. Is this generation called the youth? The youth, they are now called the Gen Zs, and they are saying they are tribeless. They are not doing anything on tribes. They are working on accountability, and they don't want to be told about anything about tribes. The president right now here is William Ruto, a Kalenjin, and who, since they have been thriving through tribal lines, they are now playing that card right now. They have started to groom that other tribes are selfish and other tribes are not selfish, whereas he's the most tribal one. He has a PA called Farouk Kibet, a hitman. He has a tribesman also. He has the Minister of Interior, his tribes. The PSS are his tribes. So they are trying to create a, they are being tribal, but at the same time they are pointing someone else to be tribal. Recently there have been so much matters about the youth. They have died, and the most recent one is the guy called Albert Ojwang. This dude was taken from his home in Homa Bay and he was killed mercilessly. That boy really suffered in the hands of the police. The complainant was the Deputy Inspector General of Police. The young man got hold of some document exposing the corruption in the Deputy Inspector of Police office, and it sparked a lot of controversies. You know, here at this 2025, the Gen Z has access to a lot of information. The Gen Z have access to a lot of information. And also verified information, not rumors, but verified information. So he posted that information, and they arrested him and they killed him. He was the only child to his father, and it sparked a lot of issues here in this time. And when they killed him, they tried to cover up, saying that he hit his head on the wall. But the Gen Zs again said they won't buy that story. They went to the street and they demanded answers. And then it came out to be that he did not hit his head on the wall. He was murdered in cold blood. He was brutally murdered. That young man. He was brutally murdered. The Kenyans did a contribution to the family, and Kenyans were all united to make sure that justice is done, only for the father to be given 2 million by the president. And he went ahead and said he's thanking the president, and he said a lot of bullshit that made the young people, the Gen Z, very angry, very angry, because the Gen Z are the one who fought for this parent, I think, contributed almost 10 million, but he was given 2 million, and he decided to say that it's okay. But for the Gen Z, they say they are going to fight about it to the end. You'll tell me what happened to it. Did the Deputy Inspector General of Police got arrested? What happened to it? Did the family got justice? You'll tell me what happened to it. So that politically is a very heated argument here. We have the Gen Zs who are tribeless, who are leaderless, who they want a country that is working, a functioning government. And we have, on the other hand, we have a generation of our parents, or the millennials going back, who they are still who are divided in tribe line. So the government is trying to fight between the Gen Zs and the tribalists, the other generation who get carried away with the tribal lines. The Gen Z, they don't buy the tribal card, but the other generation that are behind the Gen Z, they get to be attracted in that tribal affiliation, and that was the government is trying to do. And the Gen Z are simply young. When they go to the demonstration, they only carry a flag and a bottle of water. That was they carry, but they get shut down. They got, oh my goodness, it's chaos, man. The youth have been dying here. It's very, very, very sad. The situation here about the youth politically, the youth are being murdered. Like, they are being murdered. There are a lot of abductions here, simply because the youth have refused to buy the tribal card. They have refused to divide themselves alongside the tribal lines. So the government, what it's trying to do, it's inflicting fear and torment and torture, abduction. There are youth who went missing after the parliament thing up to date, and now it have come to it have exploded that all the things that the member of parliament have been doing, they were doing under the instruction of the president. They were bribed to allow the finance bill to pass. They were bribed to allow the SHA. SHA is a medical insurance by the government that have been released. It's really working. It's not working. It works like a lottery. I might get covered, you may not get covered. So it's not really like you walk into a hospital and get treated and you go home. No, it might work, it may not work. Also, we have an opposition here called Rigathi Gachagua. He's really causing problems to the government because he's leaking information, he's giving facts. He's a very funny guy. He's talking about one term for President Ruto not to go to get re-elected, and he's a very, very serious guy. He was the deputy president, but also again the president. It have realized, someone exposed that the president gave the senators 10 million each to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. He was elected by the people, but he was impeached by William Ruto. After William Ruto gave the members of the Senate 10 million each. Also, he gave money to the member of of parliament so that they can impeach him. So after he got impeached, he decided to wage a war on William Ruto. For the reason for his impeachment was because he was kind of a rebel. At first he was working well with the president, going away, doing all the president said, but along the way he realized that the president is using him. The president will give you false information, he will give you very fake information, and then when you say the information, he will come and correct it, so you will the one to carry the blame. So, and also one thing that this president is very known about it, he is lying. He's a very big liar. He will lie to you that he's going to build an airport, he's going to build something in 100 days, in 1 year, in everything, but nothing happens, okay? So this guy Gachagua realized that he's being dragged into mess and he's being used to clean the president in his messes. So he decided to quit. After he quit, There is Raila Odinga, a leader from Nyanza. He went and joined Ruto, and now they are forming a collabo. Remembering that in 2007 it was Raila and Ruto who made, there was a lot of chaos and people died in 2007, mostly were Kikuyus, and now Raila and Ruto have joined hands together, and what they are trying to do, they are now trying to revive the 2007 war, where the Kikuyus were being burned in churches, they were being killed, the Kikuyus really suffer. So the Ruto is trying to create that enmity again, so that it can be other tribes fighting the Kikuyus. That's what he's trying to do, and it's not a good thing for the youth and the Gen Zs. We have agreed that we are not going to allow to be divided on tribal lines, and yeah, pretty that what happened happening in the political arena. And also I remind you that this president that is doing all these evil things, he came in as a pastor. We were shocked that someone said that he used even to talk in tongues. You know, even the church itself prayed for him every day so that he can be president. But when he became president, he changed all of a sudden and decided to be a monster. Okay, he's building a church worth billions, while there are schools which they don't have classrooms. He's donating millions on millions of money in churches to try and bribe them so that they can get the votes. But the youth here, they have something they are calling Occupy. When the president bribed someone, they occupy that place. When they bribe the church, they occupy that church. So even the church now is under fear of the youth, because if they try to take that money, the youth will be there. So also for that reason, there are some churches where the president have donated the money and how they have refused, being led by the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church have really been very vocal on the political climate here in Kenya. And when the president donated money to that church, the Catholic Church said, we are not going to take that money. And the Archbishop of Nairobi ordered that money to be returned to the president. But the other churches, the Pentecostal ones, when they are given the money, they really took the money and they never gave back the money. And it created some kind of division between the Catholic Church and these other, the Holy Spirit churches, and these other normal Protestant and the other churches. Because the other churches, they will take the money, but these other churches, they will refuse to take the money. So that's what's happening. And okay, I wanted to join politics, but for one reason or the other, I couldn't go on with that. So you'll tell me if I managed to join. I also had also big dreams to travel to the US and also travel to the UK. I don't know what happens if did I manage to go there or not. That's the political arena here. We are in 2025. In 2027, we are going to have election. You will tell me if Ruto got re-elected or not, what happened. And politically, the president here is very hated because he's called Kasongo, he's called Wanta, he's called Kaongo, he's called Zakayo. Zakayo is because of the taxes. Also, these affordable houses, they were started by the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, but it was not, people were not being taxed. So the problem is when Ruto came in, he introduced a tax called house levy, where in your salary you get taxed amount of money to come and build these houses. And yes, so that's have really made the people who are employed to be very angry, because they get deducted some amount of money from their salaries to build these houses, while else when the former president was starting this project, he did not use taxpayers' money. He managed the government's money and started building it. So he's really suffering. He's really trying to be the best president, but at the same time, his design of power is really wrong, because he's surviving in fear, inflicting fear to the people, making the youth suffer, abduction. So he's driving, but he's driving by making people suffer so that they can go and beg him, you see. And yes, that is what really happening. And about the June 25th, what really happened in June 25th, that the youth went there and many youths were killed in parliament. There is also a documentary called The Blood Parliament. So what happened is this: the President Ruto bribed his MPs so that they can pass the finance bill. So they passed the first finance bill, and the government collected so much money. When they collected that money, instead of using that money to development, they took that money, they put it on the table, and then they divided the money amongst themselves. So after dividing that money amongst themselves, there was no development. So they stole the money. They used to go to the TV and say, I'm wearing a watch worth 700,000, I'm wearing shoes worth 900,000, a belt costing over 200,000, a belt, someone bragging that they have a belt costing 300,000, whereas the system is not working. CBC is not working. We are now on CBC. We used to have 844 system. I'm one of the 844 system, and most of the Gen Zs are from the 844 system. But now they have introduced another system called CBC. They found it's not working. They now introduced to another name. They are now calling it CBE. I don't know how did it manage to work or not. That's number one. Another thing, so when they use that money for their own, now the 2024 June 25th chaos, they realize that the government used the money they collected in the last finance bill to eat and walk around donating millions. There is an MP who went to a function and donated 20 million Kenya shilling. You can imagine if someone is donating 20 million, you can imagine how much money they have to donate 20 million. They are not investing it, they are donating 20 million. And he's just an MP from Kapsaret, Oscar Sudi. He donated all that money. So that they use, because they use here in Kenya are very sharp, very, very sharp compared to the other generation. The Gen Zs are very sharp. They realize this money that these politicians are dishing out, wearing very expensive. A politician is walking wearing more than 3 million. From the shirt, 300,000, shoe, 700,000, walking wearing more than 3 million. So they realize it's the money that they collected from the previous finance bill. Now, the 2024 finance bill, the government decided to triple the taxes so that they can cover the money they stole in the other in the last finance bill. So they tripled the tax. They made tax to be so expensive. They were even taxing sanitary towels. They were taxing bread. They were taxing the basic. The only that was left untaxed was the oxygen that we believe that, but everything else was being taxed. So the youth said, no, you cannot tax us this money. Tell us what you did with the last finance bill. But you see, because the president had managed to put them in his pocket, and so they never listened to the youth. They went ahead. The youth camped at the Nairobi CBD, saying, do not pass that finance bill. It's going to make the people suffer more. Please do not. But they went ahead and they passed the finance bill. And that is where hell broke, because people were outside Nairobi in the CBD. They were waiting for the MPs not to pass the finance bill. The people begged them. They translated the finance bill to their local languages so that the parent can understand, because the government used to trick people using very big words so that the parents cannot understand the words that are being used in the finance. But they translated it into the Meru language, into the Luo language, into the Kalenjin. So they realized that, oh, we are being played. They collected so much money in the last finance bill. They stole all the money, and now they are tripling the taxes so that they can cover up the stealing. And while people are in town, where people in the CBD shouting, do not pass, reject finance bill. The hashtag was reject finance bill. When people were there, funniest thing is that the member of parliament did not listen to the people, and they decided to pass the finance bill. And the news spread all over because we are in a digital era. Wi-Fi is everywhere. News are instant. We don't have to wait for a letter to come. We can access news in real time. So they passed the finance bill, and that's when everything broke. The youths were very angry, the Gen Z. They said, we are telling you not to pass this thing. It is hurting the people. It is hurting our parents. Please do not pass this thing. The member of parliament were boasting, oh, you the Gen Z, you don't know problems. You have not grown in, you have grown in where there is electricity, where there is tarmac. You don't know the problems that in the village. But the Gen Z asking, no, we know the problem, because these taxes that you're imposing on our parents is the parents that are going to pay. We don't have jobs yet, and the money you're taking, you're using it in your own benefit. So it was a hell. So the Gen Z broke out. They went to the parliament. They stormed the parliament. The MPs ran away. Some were being driven in ambulances. Some were being driven in choppers. They ran out. It was chaos. Some MP were... there's another MP who got stuck in parliament because he was being pushed by a wheelchair. So he could not run with the other MPs. They have an underground tunnel. So they could not go through. He could not go through there was no one to push him through the underground. So he was left in the chambers. But let me tell you what happened. The youth came, they took him safely, they did not hurt him, they walked with him without hurting him in any way. They walked with him through the parliament safely, they did not hurt him. They use all they want is to be heard, because this government was doing things without listening to the youth. So that was how it all broke up, and a lot of youths were killed there. They were policemen. They shot point blank. They shot on the youth. They shot. Oh my goodness, it was chaos. So that's what. But the youths were harmless. The only thing they did, they ate the food in the parliament. They ate rice that was in parliament, and there was a political thing. And then in marking the anniversary on June 26th, marking the anniversary, another young man called Boniface Kariuki was shot by a police officer, point blank. He didn't have a weapon. He was holding a mask, face mask. He was selling face mask so that people can protect them from the tear gas. But he was shot to the head. The brain was out, and unfortunately, the young man died. The policeman, his name was Baraza, he got arrested. The case is still going, and we are waiting to see what will happen. Did the family of Boniface Kariuki get justice? You will tell me. So politically, it's chaos here. The government of the day is trying to sell a tribal card, but the youth here and the Gen Z, they want accountability. And the Gen Z here, they prefer Matiang'i to be the president. And I prefer Matiang'i to be the president, and I will vote for him. So did Matiang'i get to be the president? Because he performed. He was a performer. When he was, imagine he was given 2 dockets, the political, the interior ministry, and was given the education. Those 2 are very big docket ministry in here in Kenya. Very big, very huge. To run them, it requires a lot of keys. But he ran them. He ran those 2 ministries systematically, and they all performed and they all worked. So for that reason, because the youth can relate with Matiang'i, they are now preferring Matiang'i to be the president. But also the government is working so hard to create a kind of tribal clashes between the youth, and also divide the people in tribal lines. The Kikuyu, they don't have a candidate, but most of Kikuyu are preferring to have Matiang'i. The Kikuyus right now, they don't want the chair. They are saying they have ruled the country for a longest time. They have done their part, and they believe it's time for other tribes to also rule, if that's what they want. But the president, because he's still tribal, he's trying so much to make the Kikuyus look they're tribal. I don't know if you get it, but I don't know if they succeeded. You'll tell me if they succeeded. That's number one. We have other leaders. We have Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, We have another one who is very vocal called Natembea, very, very vocal. I don't know if he managed to come. Yes, that's the political lifestyle here in Kenya. And lastly, I believe is technology. We have expressway, we have SGR, we have AI, we have smartphones here. That's what we have. Yeah, you'll tell me how is it, how the lifestyle is, how is lifestyle there, how is life at that era, how is everything, are you people enjoying life, did life improve, and did you get married, did you have kids, did you settle down, did you become rich? Right now I can afford a lot of basic need, but at that time, did you afford, did you get wealthy? Where is your family members? How is everything there? Do you still have this house? Do you still have the bike? Yeah. Yeah, did you find the truth about the things that you wanted to know? So basically that's all I want to know. So this is me. I'm young, very energetic. I can run from the ground to the 11th floor. I'm really a happy man, and I'm very strong. I'm very energetic, very strong. I'm youth. And I don't know how about you. How is it? Is life being treating you fairly? You'll tell me if life is treating you fairly. That's all I have for me, and this is me now. Tell me, how is life there in future? Is Kenya ahead of other countries? Is did how is lifestyle technology? How is it? We have drones right now. Have they improved? Are the drones there? Yes, tell me. Tell me what happened to my business in Kashie. Tell me what happened to my cyber. Tell me what happened to this house, the affordable housing. Tell me what happened to. Tell me what happened generally. That's why I've decided to do this video. And if you're seeing this video, you are very lucky and you're blessed. Today and today is on 26th. Today is on 26th August 2025. 2025. I hope you can tell me the date there. I'm using a Samsung phone, Samsung A14. That is the phone that I'm using. Tell me, how is it there?